Well, my first guest this week is Mr. Tom Djokovic. He's the CEO of XsunX Incorporated. XsunX is their stock symbol. Tom, always good to see you.
It's great to be back, Don. Thanks.
Well, the last time you were on, you had brought with you a really informative video that showed your SIG solar technology, showed it off, I guess, for lack of a better term. Give us again a general overview of what the company's doing.
Well, Don, we're developed a new kind of what's called thermal co-evaporation technology. It literally boils metals to where they evaporate. We combine copper, indium, gallium, and selenide together to make a solar absorber. It's called a thin film solar absorber. It captures essentially the sun's photons and turns into electricity. And it's nothing new, but the way that our technology, our fusion sources are a new design, and we use multiple smaller sources to better control the process, kind of like a surgeon uses a small, short scalpel to better control how he performs surgeries, similar type of thing. And we've built this demonstration prototype system, and we're in the process of marketing it.
Well, now that you've got the prototype, I understand that you're starting to field some calls from potential customers interested perhaps in licensing the technology. How's that all going?
Well, it's going pretty good, Don. As a matter of fact, last week we issued a company newsletter in which we talked about the fact that what we're starting to see was something that's kind of interesting, a large influx of customers interested in specialty applications. Primarily in the flexible arena. Now, our technology currently uses what's called singulated stainless steel substrates. They're very thin stainless steel and they're flexible, but they're not super flexible. And these particular range of clients are looking in something that would use like 2,000 thick stainless foil, be extremely flexible, and you could use it in highly flexible applications, building integrated applications where the solar products are integrated into all kinds of building products, or specialty applications, some really interesting business concepts with some pretty a large amount of potential demand or actual demand for some of these business concepts, where people are coming to us and they're saying, look, we can't find a reliable source, or the sources we're finding for flexible SIGs solar cells are just too expensive. So they're looking at actually establishing their own manufacturing infrastructure. So we're answering some of those requests for pricing.
Do you see that perhaps is opening a new market that you hadn't anticipated?
Well, our primary focus originally was replacement or an alternative for silicon solar cells, because we just believe that our technology is a less expensive manufacturing method for a solar cell that could be used in lieu of a silicon solar cell. Silicon dominates the market. It was an obvious business choice. Last statistics I saw was $13 billion industry just for the silicon solar cell, not the finished product. So a great target industry to go after to provide a less costly alternative to. This new influx of flexible, it's not so much surprising as it's refreshing, it's great. It's not one that we initially envisioned 100%, but it's one we realized there was potential. And with it now coming out of the woodwork the way it is, we're pretty excited. And we're having to work with some third-party providers to try to offer a complete end-to-end solution to these particular manufacturers, but it's exciting, and there's a lot of qualified people we're working with. So we've been doing that this whole week, and be, I think, providing some of the first proposals as early as tomorrow.
You know, if solar power was a celebrity, they would have fired their publicist after last year, because last year was a bad publicity year for solar. How's 2013 shaping up?
Well, 2013 is shaping up pretty good, although today we're seeing the Chinese are out looking to buy some of the most recent investments that the government made in Fisker and A123 batteries, things like that. So some of the renewable sector still got a bit of a bad rap. But solar itself had a really banner year growing last year. Between 2010 and 2012 is like a 56% growth rate. Through 2013, from 2013 through 2020, I've seen statistics showing anywhere from 15 to 18% annualized compound annual growth rates, which is pretty substantial. That would actually put solar in a category where it's the fastest growing energy source on the planet in terms of actual business growth. So we're pretty excited about being in this space. We're one of the last survivors. There's been a lot of attrition in the last several years. So we're very excited and very hopeful that some of these proposals will actually meet with acceptance, and we'll be able to take this company out of the R&D stage and into hopefully revenue recognition.
Now, we're just about to enter the last month, the first quarter. I know first quarter was your goal to start bringing some potential customers into the facility and demonstrating the prototypes. That's still on target?
I think so, yeah. I mean, the first step is getting what's called the total cost ownerships, which are large programs we have that show what the cost of ownership operating one of these systems are. These are regionally based. You have to look at where they're going to establish, what the labor costs, power costs, things like that in those areas, and then on top of that, the actual proposals for what we're going to charge for these systems. And so we're going to get that out, and then move the talks a little further, and then bring people in. But that's what the schedule is it's a 1, 2, 3. Right now we're in phase, I guess you might say 1.5, handing in the TCOs and the proposals, and then we'll schedule the meetings immediately thereafter.
Again, the company is XsunX. XSNX is their stock symbol. Tom, always a pleasure. Look forward to more updates.
Thanks, Don. Look forward to myself. Thanks.